Have you ever felt like something invisible is pulling you forward, like heaven itself is whispering your name? That's not your imagination, it's divine alignment unfolding in real time. God is communicating directly with you, and this moment is sacred. What felt like silence was actually setup. What you thought was delay was God's timing. You've entered a season where the unseen becomes visible, where the spiritual begins to manifest in the natural. And in this video from Spiritual Journals, I'm going to show you how to recognize that divine communication and step into the life heaven has already prepared for you. By the time we finish, you'll understand how to move from waiting to walking, from fear to faith, from longing to living in fulfillment. You'll see how God's timing is not late, it's layered with purpose, and how His protection and provision have been surrounding you all along. If you've been feeling the pull to go deeper, to finally understand why things had to happen the way they did, this is your confirmation. Stay right here, because revelation is coming. Before we begin, take a moment to subscribe to Spiritual Journals and turn on your notifications so you never miss a word that could shift your life. Your presence here matters. Together, we are spreading God's word, awakening faith, and building a movement of chosen ones who refuse to give up. Thank you for showing up today. This message was sent from heaven for you, and it begins now.
There comes a sacred moment in every believer's life when the waiting begins to shift, when the prayers you whispered through tears start taking shape, when the wilderness begins to open into a pathway. You feel it, don't you? That stirring inside your chest, that quiet voice saying it's time. The waiting wasn't wasted, it was preparation. Every unanswered prayer was planting a seed of purpose. You're standing in the in-between, between what was and what will be, and heaven is whispering, move. This is the moment where faith stops being theory and becomes movement, where hope grows legs and starts walking toward destiny. For so long, you prayed for open doors, for signs, for confirmation. But now the doors are unlocking not for everyone, only for those whose faith has matured enough to handle fulfillment. God never delays to deny you. He delays to develop you. The waiting room was your classroom. Every moment of silence was strengthening your discernment. You were not forgotten, you were fortified. And now, beloved, you are being called to step out, to rise up, to walk boldly into the purpose you once only imagined. God is not just answering prayers, He's activating promises. This next season isn't about comfort, it's about calling. You are being moved from longing to living, from desire to divine duty. Heaven has shifted the atmosphere and the spiritual winds are changing direction in your favor. But to walk in this new space, you must first confront what tried to paralyze you: fear, doubt, insecurity, unhealed wounds, the echoes of failure that told you you're not enough. This is the realm where Christian mental health meets faith, where your spirit and your mind must learn to agree with God's truth. You cannot carry yesterday's fear into tomorrow's assignment. Scripture says in 2 Timothy 1:7, "For God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power, love, and a sound mind." A sound mind, that's divine mental health. That's peace anchored in promise. God wants your mind healed as much as He wants your heart whole. The enemy often attacks your thoughts first because he knows if he can drain your confidence, he can delay your calling. But this is the season to take your thoughts captive and make them bow to truth. You're not behind, you're right on time. You're not broken, you're being rebuilt. You're not disqualified, you're being refined. Every battle you fought in your mind was preparing you to carry glory without breaking under it. Christian mental health is not about pretending everything is fine. It's about trusting that even in the storm, your peace is protected. Jesus Himself experienced the weight of mental anguish. In Gethsemane, He prayed until His sweat became drops of blood. That wasn't weakness, it was humanity meeting surrender. He faced the pressure of purpose and still chose obedience. So when your thoughts feel heavy, when anxiety tries to whisper that you're unworthy, remember your Savior understands. The same power that raised him from the grave is renewing your mind right now. This is why the shift from waiting to walking requires both faith and emotional healing. God is not just opening doors, He's cleansing your heart so you can walk through them freely. You can't step into destiny carrying the residue of despair. Let His word be your therapy, His promises your prescription, His presence your peace. Philippians 4:6 reminds us, "Do not be anxious about anything, but in every situation, by prayer and petition, with thanksgiving, present your requests to God." Notice it doesn't say you won't feel anxious. It says, don't live there. Bring it to Him. That's the rhythm of a healthy Christian mind, acknowledging the feeling, but surrendering the outcome. You don't have to figure it all out. You just have to follow the one who already has. When the Israelites stood before the Red Sea, they had no map, no bridge, no proof of what was next, only a word from God: move forward. They could have let fear keep them frozen, but they chose to walk, and as they walked, the waters parted. The miracle wasn't in their waiting, it was in their movement. Some of you are standing at your own Red Sea right now, wondering if you'll drown if you move, but God is saying, step. The path will appear when you do. The same faith that sustained you in waiting will sustain you in walking. Your mental peace is not the absence of problems, it's the awareness of presence. God's presence, guiding, guarding, and grounding you in every step. You have prayed for open doors, but now God is testing your readiness to walk through them without the crutch of clarity. The blueprint won't make sense until you start building. You don't need the whole picture to begin. You need faith for the first step. Each step is healing. Each step is testimony. Each step is proof that your waiting produced wisdom. Don't despise the slow unfolding. It's how God protects your progress. Remember, David wasn't crowned the day he was anointed. There was a journey between the oil and the throne. That journey healed his mind, shaped his humility, and strengthened his spirit. What you're walking through is not punishment, it's positioning. God is forming a faith that no storm can break. You've cried, you've wrestled, you've prayed through nights that felt endless, but you're still here. That's not weakness, that's endurance. That's resilience born from revelation. The same God that stirred your hunger is now fulfilling it, not by giving you everything at once, but by walking with you through the process. So breathe, trust the rhythm of His timing. The shift has already begun. You're moving from standing still to stepping forward, from hoping to happening. And as you walk, you'll notice something. Fear loses its grip, anxiety loses its volume, and faith begins to sound louder than doubt. Your Christian mental health is being renewed in this movement because peace isn't found in perfection, it's found in presence. The presence of a God who never leaves, never forgets, never fails. He's been preparing you in silence so you can stand strong and sound. So walk with boldness, walk with grace, walk with peace. Heaven is unfolding a new chapter, and this time you won't just survive it, you'll thrive in it. The waiting taught you faith, but the walking will reveal your power.
In the unseen realm, something powerful is taking place. Heaven is crafting what I like to call a supernatural dome of protection, a divine covering that moves with you, guards you, and surrounds you with peace that the world can't explain. This isn't a poetic idea or a passing metaphor. It's a spiritual reality that wraps around those who walk by faith. You've been through battles, faced betrayals, weathered storms that would have broken others, and yet you're still standing. Why? Because something unseen has been standing with you. When you couldn't explain why the weapon formed but didn't prosper, it was because of that dome, God's invisible defense surrounding your destiny. This message may sound like a Christian motivational speech, but it's more than motivation. It's revelation. It's heaven's reminder that what you survived wasn't luck. It was the protection of the Almighty. You were not left uncovered, not for a moment. Every attack that tried to destroy you was intercepted by divine armor. Every plan that the enemy whispered against you hit the boundary of that invisible wall and fell powerless. And yet this protection doesn't come automatically. It's faith activated. When your faith flickers, the dome thins. When your belief stands firm, it becomes impenetrable. That's why Ephesians 6:16 says, "Take up the shield of faith, with which you can extinguish all the flaming arrows of the evil one." Your faith is the switch that keeps the dome alive, glowing, and active. When you choose to believe, even when everything around you looks unstable, heaven fortifies your covering. Faith doesn't just guard you, it transforms you. Because God isn't only keeping danger out, He's strengthening what's within. He's building resilience, sharpening discernment, and filling your heart with divine confidence. This dome isn't a cage that keeps you trapped. It's a fortress that allows you to flourish. It's like the fire that surrounded Elisha in 2 Kings 6. When his servant panicked at the sight of enemy soldiers, Elisha prayed, "Lord, open his eyes that he may see." And suddenly, the young man saw horses and chariots of fire all around them. They weren't alone. The protection was always there, but fear had blinded his eyes to it. Maybe that's you right now, feeling surrounded, feeling outnumbered, wondering if God still has you covered. I promise you, He does. You're not surrounded by your problem is surrounded by God. The supernatural dome isn't something you earn, it's something you activate. When you say, "Lord, I believe you're working even when I can't see it," heaven's fortress grows stronger around your spirit. Every arrow of anxiety, every dart of doubt, every whisper of insecurity loses its aim when it collides with faith. The beauty of this divine dome is that it doesn't just protect you from what's attacking you, it purifies what's been brewing inside of you. It strengthens your peace, aligns your purpose, and expands your wisdom. It's not just defense, it's divine development. Because sometimes protection isn't about what God keeps out, it's about what He builds up within. He's not only shielding you from the storm, He's teaching you how to sleep through it, like Jesus in the boat, resting while the winds rage. That's supernatural stability. That's what this dome does. It keeps you steady in seasons that should have broken your mind. It's the secret weapon of the chosen, the quiet calm in the chaos, the assurance that you're never alone. Yet here's the truth heaven wants you to hear. Protection without preparation is pointless. God's covering doesn't eliminate responsibility, it invites readiness. He shields you so you can stand, not so you can hide. He guards you so you can grow. The purpose of the dome is not just to keep you safe, it's to empower your assignment. You are being preserved for something greater, something that demands your maturity, your clarity, and your full surrender. When the Israelites were led through the wilderness, a pillar of cloud covered them by day and fire by night. That was the ancient dome, a visible sign of invisible presence. But notice, they still had to walk. They still had to follow. The covering moved with those who moved. The moment they stopped obeying, the glory cloud stopped too. This is a reminder that divine protection partners with obedience. If you move where God moves, you'll never step outside of His covering. That's why this message feels like a Christian motivational speech, but it's more than motivation, it's revelation. It's heaven's reminder that what you survived wasn't luck, it was the protection of the Almighty. You were not left uncovered, not for a moment. Every attack that tried to destroy you was intercepted by divine armor. Every plan that the enemy whispered against you hit the boundary of that invisible wall and fell powerless. And yet this protection doesn't come automatically. It's faith activated. When your faith flickers, the dome thins. When your belief stands firm, it becomes impenetrable. That's why faith must become your atmosphere. When you stay in worship, when you stay in gratitude, when you stay anchored in His Word, the dome thickens, glowing brighter than any attack. Psalm 91 paints this picture beautifully. He who dwells in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. That shadow, that's the dome. The closer you stay to God, the stronger it becomes. And when you walk in it, people notice. Peace becomes your posture. Confidence becomes your language. You stop reacting to the storm and start ruling over it. You carry a stillness that feels like heaven on earth. That's what the supernatural dome of protection does. It turns panic into power, fear into focus, and trials into testimony. But the Spirit is saying, prepare yourself, because the protection is not just for defense, it's for deployment. God is guarding you because He's about to use you. He's shielding you now because what's ahead requires strength and stability. He's not only keeping you from harm, He's preparing you for harvest. So fix your faith. Keep your spirit alert. Don't miss the quiet for absence. The dome is active. Heaven is building around you, layer by layer, protection by promise, covering by covenant. You are surrounded by grace. You are hidden in divine strength. And as you keep walking in faith, that supernatural dome will not only defend your life, it will define your testimony. This is your season to walk with confidence under heaven's covering, knowing that no weapon formed against you shall prosper, and every storm sent to stop you will become the wind that lifts you higher.
This is your divine summoning, your holy invitation to readiness, not just of body, but of mind and spirit. Heaven is calling your name, not to rush you, but to realign you. You have been walking through a season where everything felt uncertain, yet all along, God was quietly positioning you for purpose. Every delay, every detour, every disappointment has been part of the preparation. You see, readiness isn't about having all the answers. It's about having the right posture, a heart that says yes before it knows how. Heaven is saying, be ready. Ready to move when the cloud moves. Ready to stand when others fall. Ready to believe again when logic gives you every reason not to. This is the season of your spiritual awakening, the moment when your faith begins to see what your eyes cannot. Something within you is awakening that can no longer sleep through divine timing. Fear will still try to visit you. Doubt will still whisper that you're not qualified. The voice of insecurity will still attempt to pull you back into the familiar. But faith isn't the absence of fear. It's the decision to move forward anyway. Faith says, even if I tremble, I'll trust. Faith says, even if I don't see the whole path, I'll step. You don't have to be fearless, you just have to be faithful. When Joshua stood before the walls of Jericho, logic told him it was impossible, yet obedience told him to march. Every circle, every step, every shout was an act of readiness. He wasn't just walking around a wall, he was walking into alignment with a miracle. The same principle applies to you. The walls that once intimidated you are about to fall, not because of your strength, but because of your obedience. Heaven moves where faith walks. Your spiritual awakening begins when you stop waiting for certainty and start walking in trust. You're being called to awaken every dormant part of your faith. God is saying, wake up, my child. Wake up to the truth that you are already equipped. Wake up to the power that's been sleeping inside you. Wake up to the sound of your purpose calling your name. You are not being asked to perform. You are being invited to believe. The readiness God is asking for isn't physical hustle, it's spiritual posture. It's the quiet strength that stands even when the wind howls. It's the steady heart that chooses peace over panic. The Bible tells us in Romans 13:11, the hour has come for you to wake up from your slumber, because our salvation is nearer now than when we first believed. That's not just a verse, it's a prophetic reminder. You're not waking up to pressure, you're waking up to purpose. Heaven has been rearranging things behind the scenes to align you with destiny. You thought doors were closing, but really God was narrowing your focus. You thought relationships were ending, but God was protecting your peace. You thought you were being delayed, but you were being developed. This is what spiritual awakening feels like.
It's the holy moment when you realize that what fell apart was actually falling into place. The dome of divine protection over your life isn't just shielding you, it's steering you. It's fine-tuning your spiritual hearing so you can catch divine instructions in a noisy world. When everything feels chaotic around you, that's when heaven is often speaking the clearest. You just have to quiet your mind long enough to hear the whisper. Elijah learned this on the mountain in 1 Kings 19. God wasn't in the wind, or the earthquake, or the fire. He was in the still, small voice. And that's where readiness is born, not in the noise of panic, but in the quiet of trust. Your spiritual awakening happens in that sacred stillness where you stop striving and start listening. There's a reason your spirit feels unsettled lately. It's not anxiety, it's alignment. It's heaven adjusting your frequency to match your next assignment. When God is about to shift your life, He stirs your spirit first. You'll start to feel a holy restlessness, not to run, but to rise. That stirring you feel right now is not confusion, it's confirmation. Heaven is saying, get ready, prepare the atmosphere. Something extraordinary is about to unfold. You may not have the full map, but God never asked you for direction, He asked you for obedience. Like Abraham, leaving everything familiar, you must trust that every step into the unknown is a step into divine order. The readiness God requires isn't rushed, it's refined. He's teaching you how to stand in stillness without losing your strength. He's showing you that waiting isn't weakness, it's warfare. Every moment you remain grounded in faith while the world shakes around you, you're advancing the kingdom. Every time you choose peace over panic, heaven takes note. The enemy wants to convince you that you're standing still, but in God's eyes, you're gaining ground. Because spiritual awakening doesn't happen in noise, it happens in knowing. Knowing who you are, knowing whose you are, and knowing that even in the waiting, you're winning. When you align your spirit with God's timing, the supernatural begins to stir in your atmosphere. You'll start to notice divine coincidences, doors opening that were once sealed, opportunities appearing from nowhere, strength rising when you thought you had none left. These aren't random. They're reminders that heaven is moving in your favor. Your awakening will not just change your situation, it will change how you see yourself. You'll realize that you were never the victim, you were the vessel. You were never forgotten, you were being fortified. You were never overlooked, you were being overshadowed by divine strategy. This is your call to readiness, your invitation to faith that doesn't flinch, to hope that doesn't waver, to love that doesn't dry. God is saying, trust me again. The same voice that called Lazarus from the tomb is calling you out of fear, out of hesitation, out of spiritual sleep. You are stepping into awareness, into alignment, into awakening. So breathe deeply, chosen one. Let the presence of God settle over you like morning light. This is your hour to rise, to awaken to everything you were created to be. Heaven is stirring, the atmosphere is shifting, and what's been dormant is about to bloom. You are not waiting for something to happen. You are the happening heaven has been waiting for.
And as you align with divine timing, something extraordinary is not just coming to you, it's coming through you. You are stepping into a zone where heaven and earth begin to move in rhythm. This is divine alignment. What you're feeling right now is not chaos or confusion, it's acceleration. It's the sound of heaven rearranging the pieces of your life so that every promise God spoke begins to find its rightful place. It's like watching a symphony come together after years of waiting for the first note. Everything that felt scattered, delayed, or disconnected is suddenly being drawn into divine order. The shift you feel in your spirit isn't anxiety, it's awakening.
You're not being shaken to break, you're being shifted to build. You are entering a season of divine orchestration where what once resisted you will now recognize you. This is the place where favor begins to chase your footsteps instead of you chasing opportunity. It's the moment where prayer meets manifestation. This is not about earthly gain, it's about heavenly purpose. The wealth that's coming is not just currency, it's covenant. The blessings flowing toward you now are designed to fund purpose, to amplify generosity, to extend grace through you to others. You're being positioned to carry not just wealth, but wisdom, compassion, and divine influence. Take a moment, breathe deeply, and imagine yourself standing under an open heaven. Picture the light of God surrounding you, filling your mind with peace, your heart with gratitude, and your spirit with clarity. This is a guided meditation for your soul. Breathe in faith, breathe out fear. Breathe in purpose, breathe out pressure. Let the presence of God settle over you like morning dew on fresh grass. The Bible says in Deuteronomy 8:18, "It is He who gives you power to get wealth." That power isn't about possessions, it's about positioning. God empowers you so that you can be a vessel of His abundance. Your wealth, your ideas, your creativity, your opportunities, they are all tools in His hands, designed to reflect His goodness through you. When Joseph rose from the pit to the palace, he wasn't just elevated to comfort, he was positioned to carry provision. His pain became the preparation that equipped him to feed nations. Likewise, every trial you faced, every disappointment that seemed to strip you bare, was shaping you for stewardship. This divine alignment is not random, it's redemption. God is redeeming lost time, lost energy, lost opportunities. The things that once seemed to fall apart were actually falling into divine formation. You are stepping into a time where everything begins to make sense. Like Ruth gleaning in the fields, unaware that her diligence would lead her to destiny, you've been working faithfully in hidden places. Now the season of visibility has come. The wealth transfer that's unfolding isn't about greed, it's about glory. You are being entrusted with heaven's resources because your heart has been proven through humility. What you're about to carry will not crush you because the weight of wealth is meant for those who know how to worship under it. God is awakening a new kind of prosperity within you, prosperity of purpose, of peace, of presence. True abundance begins in the soul. 3 John 1:2 says, "Beloved, I wish above all things that you may prosper and be in good health, even as your soul prospers." When your soul aligns with heaven, everything external begins to follow. You'll start noticing favor finding you in unexpected ways. Opportunities you didn't chase will start pursuing you. The phone calls, the open doors, the divine connections, they will all feel like confirmation that heaven has released your name into circulation. Let this next breath remind you, you are not striving anymore, you are receiving. This is your guided meditation moment with God. Rest in the awareness that what's for you can't miss you. Imagine standing before the throne, your hands open, your heart ready. Hear Him whisper, "I've seen your faithfulness. I've seen your surrender. Now I'm releasing what's been stored up." Every seed you sowed in faith is returning multiplied. Every tear you cried in surrender has been gathered as rain for your harvest. You are walking into a season where what you once begged for will now find you naturally. But before you receive, you must recognize what's being revealed. God doesn't release blessings into chaos. He releases blessings into clarity. He's been revealing not just what you're called to carry, but what you must release. This alignment requires discernment. Some doors are closing, not because you failed, but because they no longer fit the rhythm of where you're going. Some people are being repositioned not out of punishment, but out of preservation. The next level of your abundance will require room for expansion. The pruning you felt was not rejection, it was redirection. The Bible tells us in Isaiah 45:3, "I will give you the treasures of darkness and hidden riches of secret places." That means God hides blessings in unexpected spaces, but only revelation can uncover them. This wealth shift is spiritual before it's financial.
It begins when you align your mindset with His promise. When you start believing that you are worthy of carrying His abundance, heaven responds. This isn't pride, it's positioning. It's you saying, Lord, I'm ready to steward what you've prepared. And when your heart posture matches heaven's purpose, the transfer begins. This divine alignment happening now isn't just around you, it's within you. Your thoughts, your emotions, your relationships, your opportunities, they're all being refined and recalibrated to reflect divine order. You are becoming a living example of what happens when someone surrenders completely to God's rhythm. You won't need to force anything in this season. What's meant for you will flow freely. The anxiety that once filled your chest will be replaced by assurance. The exhaustion from striving will turn into ease, because when God aligns you, He removes the friction. This is your moment of spiritual renewal, a guided meditation of faith and focus. Take another slow breath. Let gratitude rise. Whisper, I'm aligned with divine timing. Feel the peace that comes from knowing heaven is your source. Feel the joy that comes from realizing abundance is not chasing vanity, it's fulfilling destiny. You were never meant to chase blessings, you were created to attract them through obedience. This is the hour where the divine economy shifts in your favor. The currency of heaven, faith, obedience, generosity, is opening doors no money could buy. You are being entrusted with influence that transcends numbers and status. The favor of God is wrapping around your name like a signature. The world will see the blessing, but you will know the story behind it, the hidden prayers, the private obedience, the seasons of silent surrender. So rest in the assurance that you are aligned with divine order. The shift you feel is holy. The acceleration you sense is not pressure, it's purpose. The blessings approaching your life are not delayed, they are deliberate. Heaven has declared your readiness, and now the vaults of favor are opening. This isn't just your season to receive, it's your season to reveal God's glory through what you carry. The alignment is active, the wealth shift is unfolding, and the story that once brought you pain is now becoming the platform for your abundance. You are walking in divine rhythm, chosen for this moment, wrapped in grace, and surrounded by provision. The transfer has begun. Walk in it with peace, with gratitude, and with unwavering faith.
Your arrival here, in this very moment, is not random. It's divine orchestration. Everything you've walked through, every tear you've cried, every prayer you've whispered when no one was watching, has led to this sacred now. God is saying, your presence is prophetic. You are not a mistake. You are not misplaced. You are exactly where heaven intended you to be. Every delay in your life was not punishment. It was preparation. Every disappointment was not denial. It was divine redirection. You've been recalibrated, not rejected. What felt like waiting was actually weaving, God aligning the threads of your story into something beautiful, something eternal. This moment is your awakening, a holy pause in the rush of life where heaven breathes peace over your soul and reminds you that you are chosen. This is where mindfulness meets the miraculous, the awareness that every breath you take carries the presence of God. Mindfulness isn't just stillness of mind, it's stillness of spirit. It's the gentle realization that God is not only around you, but within you. Psalm 46:10 says, "Be still and know that I am God." That's not a call to inactivity, it's an invitation to awareness. It's heaven saying, slow down and notice me here. When you embrace mindfulness in the presence of God, you begin to see purpose even in pauses, meaning even in the mundane, glory even in the grit. You begin to live from a deeper place, a place where peace flows naturally because you are anchored in divine awareness. Right now, heaven is wrapping you in divine energy. It's not the energy of striving or performance, it's the energy of presence, the quiet strength that comes from knowing you are seen and supported. God is amplifying your inner strength, sharpening your discernment, and crowning your journey with clarity. What you're feeling isn't exhaustion, it's expansion. Your spirit is stretching to carry new wisdom, new grace, new purpose. You're learning to listen differently, to move intentionally, to see with spiritual mindfulness, the ability to sense God's movement in even the smallest details of your day. Mindfulness is not about emptying your mind, it's about filling it with truth. It's choosing to focus on what's eternal instead of what's temporary. Philippians 4:8 reminds us, whatever is true, whatever is noble, whatever is right, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, think about such things. That is spiritual mindfulness. It's guarding your thoughts from the noise of fear and tuning your mind to the frequency of faith. When you practice divine mindfulness, you start to notice God in everything, in the laughter of a child, in the softness of the morning light, in the quiet strength that carries you through hard days. You begin to live in continual awareness that heaven is not distant, it's present. The revelation of presence is this: God is not waiting for you to arrive somewhere else to bless you. He's here, in this very breath, in this very heartbeat. You don't have to chase His presence, you just have to acknowledge it. Like Jacob in Genesis 28, when he woke from his dream and said, "Surely the Lord is in this place, and I was not aware of it." That's the awakening God is bringing you into, the mindfulness of His nearness. You are not walking alone through uncertainty, you are walking hand in hand with the Creator of peace itself. Every step you take is guided, every breath you release is sacred.
Heaven has placed its mark on your movement. There's a dome of divine covering over you that not only protects, but also propels. It doesn't just guard your body, it guards your purpose. You've been walking under grace even when you didn't know it. That near miss that didn't break you, that opportunity that found you, that word that lifted you when you were low, all of it was evidence of divine presence. When you become mindful of that presence, gratitude becomes your default posture. You begin to see blessings not as random occurrences, but as deliberate reminders that heaven is close. Every time you stop and breathe intentionally, every time you whisper a thank you to God, you are stepping into a sacred rhythm, the rhythm of mindfulness. You're slowing the chaos of the world long enough to feel the calm of Christ. You're allowing peace to do its perfect work within you. That is what it means to live under divine alignment. To recognize that your steps are not just forward, they're upward. You're ascending in awareness, in peace, in purpose. There's a verse in Acts 17:28 that says, "In Him we live and move and have our being." That means every motion of your life is happening inside His presence. You are never outside His reach. You are not trying to invite Him into your story. Your story has always been inside of Him. Mindfulness is realizing that truth deeply. It's living with the awareness that no matter where you go, you're already home in His love. You don't have to fight for significance or strive for approval. You are seen, you are safe, you are surrounded. And in this revelation of presence, fear loses its power. Anxiety begins to fade. The mind that once raced with what-ifs becomes quiet with what is. You stop anticipating disaster and start expecting destiny. You begin to see that your stillness is not wasted time, it's worship. It's an act of trust, a declaration that you believe God is already at work. When Jesus calmed the storm, He didn't panic or rush. He simply spoke peace. That's what the revelation of presence allows you to do, to speak peace because you live in peace. You are under divine coverage, chosen for divine completion. That means your story isn't over. It's unfolding exactly as it should. Every challenge is shaping character. Every closed door is redirecting destiny. Every quiet moment is an invitation to deeper awareness. God is not only working for you, He's working through you. Your life itself is becoming a guided meditation of His grace, a living testament that mindfulness isn't about focus alone, it's about faith. So breathe, be still, be aware. Heaven is closer than you think. The same Spirit that hovered over the waters in Genesis is hovering over you now, bringing order out of what once felt like chaos, light out of what once felt dark. Your presence on this earth is prophetic. You are the evidence of God's intentional love. You are walking proof that divine alignment is real. Stay mindful, stay present, and watch as everything around you begins to reflect the peace that's already been planted within you. Because when you carry awareness of heaven inside you, the world around you can't help but shift toward light.
Chosen ones, take a deep breath and let this truth sink in. Heaven has moved on your behalf. What was delayed has been delivered. What felt like loss is now turning into legacy. You are stepping into a season where peace, purpose, and financial abundance flow together as one divine current. This isn't just about money, it's about mindset. God is shifting your atmosphere so that everything connected to you begins to prosper. If this word resonates with your spirit, type in the comments, "I walk in divine abundance." That's your prophetic declaration, your moment to agree with heaven's decree. When you speak it, you activate it. I want to thank you personally for spending this time with me. Every view, every comment, every prayerful moment you share here keeps this ministry alive. Before you go, take a second to like this video. Your engagement helps this message reach another chosen soul who needs it right now. And if you haven't yet, subscribe to Spiritual Journals and turn on the notifications, because together we are building a global sanctuary where faith grows, hope rises, and chosen ones awaken to their divine inheritance. My prayer for you is simple yet powerful. May your heart remain open to God's timing, may your steps be ordered by divine wisdom, and may your life overflow with financial abundance that reflects heaven's generosity. You are covered, you are favored, and you are walking in divine alignment. The dome is active, and your overflow has begun.